Yeah.
Hi, and welcome to the evening group review class. We're going to spend about an hour, a bit over an hour, just going through the themes that we did in Unit 2. Now, you've probably seen that I've done this before with different students. You had a chance to see the previous reviews on the group. Now, no two reviews are identical. I'm not following a very precise plan. I just know the general topics, but I'm open to your questions and to your answers, of course. So yeah, let's see what comes out. I'm going to share my screen. Now, what were the main topics that we covered in the last 10 hours of class? From the beginning of Unit 2 until the last class.
I don't know how to say numarul, but in plural. Numaruele.
So it's numere and numerele if it's the numbers. Yeah. Do you see it on my screen?
Numerele.
Numerele, that means the numbers. And what important thing about the numbers, was it de or nothing? So where do you add a de after a number? So after the numbers, we had a part where we talked about personal information, informații personale, and what is the kind of personal information that we learned how to share or how to ask about.
You don't use de. I'm probably jumping ahead to the more like the since numbers and the years. I've been a student since, so that would be Dean. Huh?
I don't know if you heard the last part. So now we're only making a list. We're not going into details.
Okay.
So the question was, what kind of information did we learn to ask about or to provide, like personal information?
Numărul de telefon.
Numărul de telefon, the phone number, what else?
Numărul de adres.
Adresa.
Adresa.
Asil, what else?
The name, but
yeah, numele, the name.
And
orașul. How do you say the birthday?
Data o natal? No.
Ziua de naștere.
Ziua de naștere.
Or it could be data nașterii, date of birth. The date. Birth. Yeah, so these are slightly different. Ziua de naștere, the birthday, data nașterii, the date of birth. How about the age? How do you ask that? I mean, how do you say age? I'm gonna slowly type all the letters in the word until you see it. Can you pronounce this?
Vârstă.
Vârstă. Or vârsta if you want the definite article, th. Okay. And then more time and career related questions. Bun. We had a part about countries. How do you say countries?
Tara.
Yes, and if it's more of them?
Tar.
Țări. Cetățenii. What is this? Cetățenii.
citizenship?
Ships. Yeah. Otherwise, it would
Okay.
be cetățenie or cetățenia. That's the citizenship. Cetățenie is citizenship. Cetățenii, that's citizenships. Okay. Or naționalități. Nationalities. People, I guess, the persoane, nationals. It's not typing. Why isn't it typing? Okay, persoane. Bun. Then we had a new verb. Do you remember how to say, I'm in the mood for something? Jen, I think you know because you remember the song.
That's true. Kef.
Yeah. So what is the verb that we use with that? Asil, it's okay if you unmute yourself so that you can talk anytime. Because it's only 3 people in the call, so it doesn't matter. So what's the verb that you use in this expression? Nu am chef de nimic, am chef de o pizza.
Aveți?
Avea,
Aveți?
yeah, that's
Avea.
Mhm. And yeah, avea chef. And remember how to say to need something. So instead of avea chef, we say
Nevoie.
avea.
I'm reading from the book. But
Oh, good.
Yep. What came after? We had those 3 people that had different things on, like a camera and a hat and sunglasses and so on. We could compare. So we got expressions like both and. Do you remember how to say that? And neither nor. So it's the same word that's repeated
she.
twice. Mhm.
She.
So she, and
Needs.
nici. Plus nu, yeah, because it's a double negative. The time, ora, and timpul. Yeah, the hour or the time. How do you ask for the time and how do you tell the time? And then limite de timp. Yeah, time limits, like from blah, blah, blah until. How do you say that? And remember, there are different ways to say this depending on the time that you're talking about.
Just. I don't remember the rest. I remember just.
Yeah, just means clock or watch.
Mhm.
And sometimes metaphorically, it can mean an hour.
Aveți. Ceasul?
Aveți un ceas?
Un ceas.
Yeah, why don't we say ceasul? Because then you would be referring to a specific watch and you're not talking about a specific watch,
Right.
just like, do you have a watch?
Mhm.
and we can say ce ora e.
Ce oră e? Yeah. So there are at least 4 different ways of asking the time, and we're gonna take a look at each of them. Do you remember how to say already? Is that French word?
Deja.
Yes, déjà. And yet or still? And yet and still are the same word in Romanian.
In, Inca?
Încă.
Inca.
Yeah, încă. Deja and încă. Okay. What else did we do? More questions, more ways to ask questions, and to give more details about people and the professions. Profesii. Yeah, and that's pretty much it that we did in this chapter. Okay, ready to start? How do you feel about numbers? Are you comfortable? Jen, how did your relationship to numbers evolve?
Better, but I'm okay with numbers, but not time. Time is just too many numbers all at once. I'll get used to it.
Maybe you can get away with, quarters and halves.
Mhm.
So what is the rule for using the and not using the with numbers? So if I wanted to say, for example, 0 years, how would I say that? Asil, how do you say 0 years?
I think without the till number 19. So.
Mm-hmm. So how does that sound?
01.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, 01. So I'm going to make a list and let's discover the rule. Let's say. Okay, and all right, 01. Jen.
Uno an?
Un an. Yeah.
Un.
Doi an.
Doi ani. Jen.
Cincisprezece.
Or
15 an.
ani.
19 an. 19 an.
Jen.
Douăzeci ani?
20 de ani.
De ani. That's what
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about 99?
99 de ani.
Jen, 100 years.
It'd be sate de ani? Satu? No.
So it's 100 and 100 is feminine in Romanian.
I'm sorry?
So how do you say 100 if 100 is a feminine word?
Oh, would it be una?
Oh, yeah? Like fata, a girl.
Okay, is it osatu? Suda backwards.
Yeah. What do I write next?
Oops, I'm in the wrong place. Osuta de an.
Yeah, so you have de here too.
101 de ani.
Without the. Why? Because it starts over.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about 119, Jen?
Osuta și două.
Without she.
100 19. I like saying it short. 19. 10.
So decide, it's either 19 or
Mhm.
19.
19 is easier.
Yeah. Tell me the whole thing, because that's where the question is. Do you put there or you don't?
No, not until one to one, not until 20.
Yeah, so Vasil.
120 de ani.
Mm-hmm. So notice what happens here. You have 15 and this ends in E. 19 ends in E. And then 20 ends in E. And 90 also ends in E. Why? And then 119 that always ends in also ends in E, and 120 that ends in E. Why?
Because they're in the teens, not the tens of tens. I don't know how to phrase that.
So you have more times 10. So it's 10 in plural. So you have 10 that is 1 time 10, and 10 means tenths. Yeah, so 10 in plural. 10 is the plural form of 10. Okay. 1,000 years. Do you remember how to say 1,000, Jen?
Omi,
O mie.
omie. On.
Dean.
Oh, de?
Yes, so it's just like 100 de ani. See, because it also ends in 0.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Asil, 1,001.
1001 ani.
Mhm. And finally, Jen, 1,020 years.
Omie de 20.
1,020.
20. Omie
If you say,
20 de an.
yeah. So if you put the day here, it means 1,000 of 20s. So it's like
Mhm.
20 times 1,000. 1020 de ani. Okay. Oh, I forgot to plug in my graphic tablet. Just a second, because I want to draw some stuff for you. Okay. So for 0, you don't need the, but from 1 all the way to 19, well, actually, that sounds like a contradiction. It's not. And from 1 to 19, you don't need the either. So there's nothing here. But once you reach 20 and all the way to 100, then you need the. Yeah, so 20 to 100. And here it's 0 to 19. And this is a pattern that repeats itself no matter how large the number is. So it starts again here with 101. So it's nothing from 101 to 119. And then from 120 to 200, then you have that. And it's the same. So what you need to look at is what the numbers end in. Yeah. And if they end in something that's 0 to 19, well, I would say 1 to 19. Then they're not going to have a day. And if it's 20 to 0 again, then they do have that. Does this make sense? Okay. Good. So I think we can already cross out the first topic. Now, how do you ask somebody, let's say you want to have each other's information, and Jen, you don't know Asil's name yet. How would you ask her what her name is?
Mm. Whom? Kimea? I can't.
Whom what?
Kimea? CH
Yeah,
with a C.
that's not a word.
Yeah.
Himea.
I feel like I've got dyslexia today with it all transposed. CH.
It's okay if you.
Yeah.
Whom
Kenya?
chiama.
Kiama. Yeah, I am. I'm
Yes.
saying Kiema. Yeah, Kiama.
Chiama. And this day is very important because it means that somebody is
Your.
calling you.
Mhm.
How do they call you? It's basically how you somebody calls.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, and Asil, how would you answer this question?
Sunt Asil.
Yeah. You can avoid this whole chiama thing, just say so. Or if you don't want to avoid it, then how could you say it? Ma,
Manumi. Manumik.
or ma numesc. So these ma are the same, but actually they have different grammatical functions. Yeah, this is in accusative, and this one is just a reflexive pronoun. All right. How else could you ask somebody their name apart from cum te cheamă? Cum te, this one.
Cum te numesc?
Cum te numești? Yeah. Cum te cheamă, cum te numești? Bun. What if, Asil, you want to know what country Jen is from?
Well, I don't remember.
From what country are you?
Unde.
Mm-mm.
Unde.
No, it's not unde because that's where, but you're much more specific. You're asking about the country.
So,
Din,
Tara. Din Tara.
din ce? Yeah,
Ce,
from
Tara,
what?
okay,
Din
yeah.
ce? Țara, you are.
I.
No, I means you have.
Okay.
So, eu sunt, tu e tu. What?
Yeah. Ești.
Yes, bingo. Din ce țară ești? And Jen, how would you reply? Din ce țară ești?
Sunt din Statele Unite.
Down. What if you want to ask Asil from what city she is?
Din ce oraș ești?
Asil, tu din ce oraș ești?
Sunt din Taipei.
How do I spell it?
Taiybe.
Did I spell it correctly?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Ok. Deci, Asil este din Taipei. What if you wanted to know, Asil, what Jen's phone number is?
Okay. I don't know.
So you don't start with Che, yeah, you start with
Ce numărul?
Care.
Okay, yeah. Care numărul
Yes.
este numărul.
Now you need to say your. You see it on the screen?
Yes. Tau?
Yes, and then you say a phone.
De telefon?
Exactly. So the word order is very different from English in this case. Number the your of phone. Yeah, that's the word order. Which is number the your of phone, Jen? Care e numărul tău de telefon, Jen? Don't give us your real number, okay? Just to say
Okay.
my number is, my phone number is, how would you say that?
Ma numar.
No.
Ma numar.
No, you can't stand with.
Just don't even say number.
No, so ma is not a possessive pronoun.
Oh, I was
Ma means someone is doing something to me. Ma means to me. Yeah?
Okay.
So that's why they call me Asil. Ma cheamă Asil, yeah?
Okay.
Or it's a reflexive pronoun like mă spăl, I wash myself, but it's not my, it doesn't my.
Okay.
And anyway, this always comes after. So that's what I said earlier. See, the word order is very different. So you don't need to change the word order. You just need to change your with my.
Numeral mi. De telephone. Meu.
Yeah, meu.
Meu.
Yes, and then it doesn't matter. What if you wanted to ask Asil what her address is?
Care este adrese?
Adresa.
Adresa.
And how do you say your?
Tau?
In this case, it's
Not
ta.
tine? No, ta.
It's ta because adresa is feminine. We will do more about this in a higher level. You don't need to give us your real address, Asil. Just say my address is.
Adresa mea. Yeah. And address. Okay.
Yeah, so this is what's important. Adresa ta, adresa mea, numărul tău, numărul meu. So see, while in English you'd say my number, in Romanian you say the number my. So you always put the possessive pronoun after. Well, I mean, you could put it before, but that would be more grammatically complicated, and we're not getting into that. Bon. What other information? Let's be indiscreet and ask about age. Asil, you can ask about, ask Jen what her age is. You don't need to answer, Jen. It's okay. It's just for practice.
Cat an. I.
Câți ani ai? Or if you wanted to be a bit more formal, like what is your age? Literally, what is your age? Literally, what age do you have?
Care or ce?
Is okay.
Okay.
And the word for age?
Oh God.
Forta?
Is the one that's hard to pronounce.
Forta? Forta?
I'm gonna type it.
Vorsta.
Vârstă. Vârstă. Ai. Yeah. Câți ani ai? Ce vârstă ai?
Or would you say ce vârstă dumneavoastră if you were being formal?
Yes.
Or did
But not
change?
dumneavoastră, but you would change the verb. You would not add the pronoun unless you really like ce vârstă, and instead of I, what verb? What conjugation would you use instead of
Aveți.
aveți?
Aveți.
Vârstă aveți. Yeah. And if I want to say I'm 34, then what would I say? Look at the question because it's no.
No. Okay.
Look at the question. I'm highlighting it.
Yeah.
So the answer is the same, has the same logic as the question. Yes. Hmm?
Ce 10
30.
4
Hmm?
ani. No day, right? We just did that.
Bingo. I was waiting for the coin to drop and it happened. Bun. So now we know how to ask about țară, număr de telefon, adresă, nume, oraș, vârstă. Bun. But how would you ask someone, what is your citizenship? They might ask you this in a public institution when you're trying to get your papers, so. It's useful for dealing with public administration.
I just saw it in the book. You want it, Asil, or should I just say? I
Go
didn't
ahead.
use it.
Go ahead,
Ce
Jen.
nationalitate ai?
Yeah, that's nationality, slightly
Oh,
different.
okay. Citizenship was
So you could say naționalitate, yeah? Don't ignore the ț, because there's a ț there.
nationalitate.
Naționalitate or cetățenie. Ai. Yeah. So, Jen, what if you wanted to ask Asil what her nationality or citizenship is? What would you ask her? It's a trick question because they literally have it on the screen.
Yeah.
I just realized that I just said
Oh
it.
yeah. Cetățenie ai?
Cetățenie.
Cetățenie.
Cetățenie. Tu ce cetățenie ai, Asil?
So I don't know how to start answer. I don't
Well,
know.
go ahead, we can help you. I have
Eu
citizenship.
cetățenie. Yes. And then the country.
Yeah, so it's you can find this stuff at page 35. Yeah, but I don't think you can find your country here.
Neither one of our niche. New niche.
So do you want to say Israeli?
Yeah, you can say.
Okay. So in this case, it's Israeliana. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what's written on your passport.
Yeah, it's Israel.
Okay. Jen, tu ce cetățenie ai?
Eu am cetățenie.
Cetățenie.
Cetățenie. We didn't cover American either.
Oh, you don't need to overthink it. Just say it. It's so easy.
Americana.
Mhm.
So there's the feminine. Okay, good.
Yeah. Bon. I highly advise you to revise the names of the countries and the citizenships here. Okay,
Mhm.
comes in handy when you talk to people.
And
Um,
is it, if I recall correctly, it does end with the whether the person is male or female. It's all citizenship.
So look, cetățenie is an object,
Mhm.
yeah, and then you
Right.
describe the object with an adjective. And the adjective always needs to have the same gender and number as the object that it describes.
Okay.
So we're not talking about the person here. We're not
Right.
talking about you. I mean, we are, but Americana doesn't refer to you. It refers to the citizenship.
Right. And then the
So it doesn't matter. We
cetățenie.
can say Paul, yeah,
Mhm. Okay.
because Americana is feminine because cetățenia is feminine.
Yeah,
Not
and it
because
doesn't,
you are feminine. Yeah.
it doesn't end with a. So that's kind of confusing. It could be neuter or masculine for, it just seems like it's cetățenie doesn't end with a.
Yes, cetățenie.
So
It
it's
does. It
feminine.
ends in a. Look.
I'm sorry, I mean o, ah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that's all I mean, is I didn't know it was feminine. So
Yeah, so it's o cetățenie, două cetățenii. Yeah.
that was probably in the earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's definitely a feminine.
Yeah, thank you.
Bun. Okay. So we can cross out more stuff. This personal information. This. Do you remember the verb to have? Like Jen, how would you say I have a dog? Because I know that's true.
Mhm.
A dog?
Oh, sorry. Coine? Un coine?
How would you ask Asil? Do you have a cat?
I oh yeah, psica.
Asil, tu ai o pisică?
Da, o bisica.
Ai o pisică, okay. So how would you say she has a cat?
So I think it's written are o bisica.
And then how would you say we have pets? Pets is animals of house. That's how we call them. Jen, how do you say we have pets?
Avem un animal de casa.
Yeah.
Animale pets.
Avem animale de casă. How would you ask a group of people, do you guys have time? Asil, do you, plural, have time?
Aveți
Time? Jen, do you remember the word for time?
Timpur.
Timp.
Timp.
Timpuri means times. Yeah, that's
Okay.
or timpul. So timp, un timp, două timpuri, and then timpul. That's the time. Okay. But aveți timp means do you have time, not do you have the time, yeah?
Yeah.
You're not asking for the time. You're probably making plans. And Jen, how would you say they don't have time?
Nu vets.
No, they
No,
don't.
no, yeah, no,
Mhm. Two letters. It sounds like it hurts.
oh yeah. Nu,
Ow.
ow, yeah, nu, ow.
Thing. Yeah, like above. Born. Great. So yeah, this is what you can remember regarding the conjugation of the verb to have. By the way, how do you say to have? What?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So doesn't mean I am, it means I have. Yeah. And are doesn't mean they are, it means he or she has. I'm highlighting these because they're false friends and they're very easy to confuse when you see them spelled. Oh, no. What? No. Okay. Okay, it's still alive. That's good. All right, little accident.
Oh, no.
How would you ask someone, what do you need? Literally, of what do you have a need?
Dice.
You have? It's on the screen.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
or a vet. Dice, I. Oh, we just said it. The void? Oh no, not void.
De ce ai nevoie? What do you... So, Asil, tu de ce ai nevoie acum?
Am nevoie.
Make sure you pronounce the e at the end because otherwise it means needs in plural. Okay.
You can write anything, I don't know.
De o pisică?
Yeah.
Cum o cheamă pe pisica ta? Cum se numește pisica ta? Ce nume are?
I don't name.
Your cat doesn't have a name.
Yes. Actually, I have more than one cat, so yeah.
Okay. So can you tell me a cat name? I'll just add the cat name.
I don't know.
Okay, so it's a secret. All right. I will.
No, it doesn't have it.
I know a cat named Mina, so I will add this name.
Okay.
Am nevoie de Mina. So Asil, can you ask Jen what she needs?
Di ce ai nevoie?
Tu de ce ai nevoie, Jen?
Am nevoie de café.
Jen are nevoie de cafea. See, so now I put it in the third person. Jen, can you ask Asil what she's in the mood for?
De ce ai chef?
Asil, tu de ce ai chef acum?
Am chef de well, I know, but what means sleep?
The song.
Yeah, song.
Give the song. Okay. So here is one thing that both these expressions have in common, and that is the word de. And every time you have de, you need to follow with a noun. Yeah. So noun. Don't add a verb here after the. Yeah, because that just complicates things, and we're gonna do this at the end of the beginner's level. Okay. Jen, do you remember what the song said? I don't feel like anything.
I need to listen to that again. Oh, I had it stuck in my head for the longest time and it was good.
So the question was de ce ai chef, and Asil are chef the song, and if you want to say I don't feel like anything,
yeah.
well, you put am chef in negative, yeah? How do you say?
Yeah. No, nu am chef de nimic.
Yes, nimic.
Yeah, nimic.
So I think in Polish, probably the C is pronounced t.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
Yeah, I keep dragging the
Yeah.
Polish in. Yeah.
Yeah, so in Romanian, the only way to have a t is if you write the T with the thing under. Otherwise, it's a k or a ch, depending on whether it's in a letter group or not.
Okay.
Okay, nu am chef de nimic.
Nimic.
How do you say I don't feel like anybody? You're having a very grumpy day. I don't want anybody around.
Nu am chef de nimeni.
Yeah, nu am chef de nimic, nu am chef de nimeni. Asil, how would you ask Jen, when do you need coffee?
Can I nevoie café?
De cafea.
De café.
Yeah. Jen, tu când ai nevoie de cafea?
Am nevoie de cafe. I don't remember how to say every dimineața.
În fiecare.
În fiecare dimineață.
I'm not sure we did this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fiecare dimineață. Bun. Yeah, so this is avea with avea chef and nevoie de. How would you say I need both coffee and dogs? Isn't that true? I need both coffee and dogs in my life. Remember how to say both and?
Yeah. Am nevoie și cafea și...
Don't forget the de.
Am nevoie și de cafea și câine? De câine. Again,
Do
okay.
you have just one dog or do you have two?
Just one. I have a dog and a cat.
Okay. And
One of each.
and the dog. Okay. Am nevoie și de cafea și de câine. Yeah, that's very comforting to have a dog and a cup of coffee next to you.
Yes.
So what are two things that you don't need, Asil? I need neither.
Exams, maybe.
Neither, I think in English you'd say neither the exams, or I don't know, nor the stress. So what was the expression for neither nor?
We start with nu. Nu am nevoie de exam.
Now you get the neither nor. Sorry? Now you use the neither nor. So how do you say that in Romanian? Nici.
Nici de examul.
Yeah, I put it in plural because you have a lot of them. Nici de examene.
Nici de, we say stress in Romania.
Just with one S. Stres. De acord. Nu am nevoie nici de examene, nici de stres. Nici eu. Me neither.
Would it be stressul ever? Just curious if it's de-stress.
Yes, but no, yeah, if you wanted to say the stress, it would be stressul.
Okay.
But in Romanian, you don't use it because you only need it if you mention something about it.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
it's not the same as in English.
Okay.
But I think in English you could say, I don't need stress or I don't need the stress, and they're both correct, right?
Yeah. Right.
Okay. In Romanian, it's only correct to say the stress if you mention something about it. For example, this stress, stresul acesta.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, this is a nice example of how you can combine these avea nevoie, avea chef with și, nici. So, Asil, how do you say both Jen and I have a cat?
We say Jan și eu avem pisica.
Yep. So it's she again. Yeah. Și eu, și Jen, avem o pisică. How would you say I don't have a dog, but Jen does?
Eu nu am o
It's masculine. Eu nu am un câine.
I don't know how to continue.
Jen, do you remember the word for
Yeah.
but?
Yar or dar?
No, yar
No.
means end.
Okay. Dar.
Sorry, Jen, no. See, but Jen, yes. And it's enough. You can just leave it
Super. Okay.
like that. Boom. And Jen, how do you say, I have a dog, but Asil doesn't?
Un câine, dar Asil nu.
Full stop.
No. Okay. Yeah.
So you could say, eu am un câine, dar Asil nu. And this time I chose to add the pronoun eu because you're contrasting. Yeah, you're comparing.
Okay.
Bun. We're moving fast. I like that. So yeah, this was both and neither nor. Oh, what are the 4 questions for asking the time? You already told me 2 of them.
We have also Katia
Ceasul. Cât e ceasul? What else?
Ce oră e?
Ce oră e? Jen, how would you ask someone, do you have a watch?
Aveți un ceas?
Aveți un ceas? And there is one more question that is similar with ce oră e, and that is cât e ora? Ok, Jen, cât e ceasul acum?
Opșe de oră?
Don't say the long time, just simplify it. So
Okay.
it's 18 or 18, but don't use it. Like, if you're struggling, just choose the easy way.
Okay.
It's in Romania now it's 7 o'clock.
Oh yeah, here it's
Yeah, or you could say it's 6
Yeah,
o'clock. It doesn't matter.
acum e 6?
Mhm.
Or would it okay.
E ora 6.
Ora 6. Okay.
And what if you want to say it's precisely 6?
Fix.
E ora 6 fix. What if it was this? How would you say this, Asil?
E ora 6 para sfert, un sfert.
Yeah. Yeah. And Jen, what will you say a quarter of an hour from now?
E ora 7.
No.
Oh no, a quarter from now.
Look
E
at
ora
the screen. Look at the screen.
e ora 6.
And the quarter. Yeah.
Un sfert. Okay. Și un sfert.
So it's literally the same sentence as above, but instead of fără, which means without, I put she, which, sorry, I forgot the T. I put she, which means and. So yeah, this is the literal meaning, 6 without a quarter. Yeah, and 6 and a quarter. And it's the same with halves. Yeah, so how would you say Asil this time?
6 și jumătate. Or și jumate.
Yeah, so the long official version is 6 și jumătate, or you could just say e 6 jumate. Yeah. How would you say it's almost 7? I don't know if we did this, but it's interesting. So we say it's close to 7. Yep. Aproape.
Okay.
Yeah, so aproape means close. So we just say, yeah, aproape 7. Or you could say, yeah, aproape 6 jumate. It's almost 6:30. Okay. So what's next? Time limits. Do you still remember the time limits? Asil, you're nodding.
I don't remember anything.
No? So how would you say,
And Bana?
sorry?
Maybe this Dean and Bana.
Yes, that's it. That's it. So I am at home from 6 to 7. How would you say that? Anyone? I am?
Sunt acasă
If you don't know, take a look at page 41.
Okay, de la,
No, that
no?
yes, sorry, my bad.
Really? It's a book. Okay, de la chasse poina la șapte.
No,
Poina.
you can just keep it all together and say de la 6 la 7.
La.
So that's
de
option.
la.
I was in town from morning till evening.
Of course. And we say oraș.
În oraș.
În oraș de la dimineața.
Now it's not de la anymore,
Okay.
just de.
Yeah. Okay.
Go on.
Dimineața
Mhm.
la până.
Now you need până.
Okay. Până seara.
Without în, just seara. Yeah, because so you have seară, which means evening, and seara means either the evening or in the evening. Yeah. So seara already means in the evening, so you don't need an extra în in there. How about we no. You work from Monday till Friday. Jen?
Lucrece.
Lucrezi.
Lucreci.
Lucrezi with a z.
Lucrezi. De luni. Pana la.
No, without la.
Pana veneri.
Yes. So for these two, the rules are the same. De dimineața până seara and de luni până vineri. So for moments of the days and days of the week. For hours, then it's de la and la or până la. How do you say we have a vacation from July till August?
Avem vacanța de iulie până august.
Yes. He is a student from 2020 till 2022. Who likes numbers and wants to do He is.
Jest student din 2020 până
Până în,
până în 2000,
2000, because it's more thousands. Yeah.
oh yeah, 2020,
Mhm.
22.
Și doi. Okay. You did well, Jen, for someone who doesn't like
Oh.
numbers and dates.
First.
Yay! Okay. So yeah, basically, this is what's important here. De and până, these are for momente din zi. And also, just a second. Okay, and also for zile din săptămână. Săptămână. Yeah, days of the week. De la până la, these are ore, hours. And din până în luni and ani, months and years. Okay. Bun. Oh, do you remember how to say already?
Deja?
Mm-hmm. So how would you ask, are you already there? How do you say you are?
Ești deja acolo?
Ești deja acolo? Are you already there? How do you say, no, I'm still at home?
No.
I am, not I am.
Oh yeah.
False friend.
Yeah.
Sunt
Soon. Yeah.
încă acasă?
Da. Oh, nu, sunt încă acasă. No, I'm still at home. What if I said, nu sunt încă acasă? What would this mean?
Not at home yet.
Yes. The only difference is what? The comma. Yeah. Not at home yet. So what is the difference between sunt încă în oraș and nu sunt încă în oraș? What is sunt încă în oraș?
I'm already in the city.
No, that's deja.
Oh, wait.
Already is deja.
I'm still.
Oh yeah.
How did I make it smaller? Oh, this is interesting. I just discovered a new function in Paint. Okay. So, sorry, what is this, the first one? Sunt încă în oraș. So it's not already, because already is deja. Yeah.
I'm still in the town.
Yes, I'm still in town. And nu sunt încă în oraș.
I'm not in the town yet.
Yes, I'm not in town yet. Yeah? So if it's a negative phrasing, then încă means yet. If it's a positive phrasing, then încă means still. And încă can take more places in the sentence. In English, you need to put it at the end. In Romanian, you can put it anywhere you want. Bun. Okay, and we are down to the last theme for today. Woohoo! How would you ask somebody? So we asked about a lot of personal information, but we're still curious and nosy, and we want to know what people's profession is. How do we ask them? Like, what's your profession? What do you do? As Jen?
Yeah, ce profesie ai?
Mm-hmm. Or would you ask, what do you work? That doesn't sound good in English, but it sounds good in Romanian.
Lucrez. Ce lucrez?
Ce lucrezi? Ce profesie ai, ce lucrezi? So Jen, you want to ask Asil about her profession?
Ce lucrezi?
How would you reply?
Eu lucrez nowhere.
So I would say, I don't work.
Eu nu lucrez, dar sunt student.
So how do you say, I'm not working yet, but I'm a student? Nu lucrez încă. Yeah?
Încă.
Dar sunt studentă la medicină. Okay. Asil, how would you ask Jen the same question?
Ce profesie ai?
Ai? Ce profesie ai, Jen?
Nu lucrez acum, dar sunt volunteer.
Voluntar?
Voluntar.
Okay.
De zoo
Zoo?
or zoo.
La grădina, at the zoo. Grădina zoologică.
Zoologică. Yeah.
Ești voluntar la grădina zoologică. Ce frumos!
Și la plimbare câine scronisco here, shelter.
You take the dogs out for a walk from the shelter. Yeah, okay. So eu scot la plimbare câinii de la adăpost. Yeah, okay. This surpasses a bit. This surpasses a bit of vocabulary in our level, but it might be useful. Okay.
Merci.
So are you specialized in anything, Jen? Because that was the question, like the profession.
As far as university, etc.
Yeah, like what's your domain? What's your field?
Sukiologia. That's Polish.
Sukiologia.
Sukiologia.
I have no idea what that means.
No,
That
let me
doesn't sound
see.
like anything.
Psychology. I know.
Yes, in my life.
It's terrible in Polish. Like I say, sukiologia.
Psychologia, that's psychology.
Yeah, psychology and pastry.
Okay, so Holong.
She animal behavior.
Ooh, like an expert in animal behavior, like an animal behavior psychologist.
I hate to use the word expert. Yeah, it's like animal behavior studies.
And that's also psychology, right? Just
it
animal psychology.
is technically, but yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
So
Yeah, we're
how do you say
so that it's
how do you say behavior? Behavior?
Comportament. That's behavior.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But we're not getting into that because we're out of time and it's been a very long evening. Yes. So for this last part, you can take another look at page 44. Yeah, and notice the differences between the female and the male professions. Someone's knocking on my door. I think I've been here too long. Do you have any questions before we end? And if you have any questions, just like write a message on the group and I will answer. Okay?
Okay.
Mulțumesc!
Thank you. Bye.
Ciao, seară bună!